Yes, I know that is a funny picture. You know, I probably should have used this picture in the last stream, because it probably would have made more sense. But you know what? I wanted to show this off. Never forget what he said to our mother. What's up, everyone? This is Spirit RoseWolf, and I am back once again. Let me just take this off here. Oh, wait, not that. This one. Yeah, here we are. I'm back once again for another session of Shin Megami Tensei 1. Part 10, I believe. Yep, we're finally in the double digits now. Honestly, I never expected this series to go this long, but you know what? I'm kind of glad that I stuck to this, you know? It's still going. Thanks, Arthur. I won't. What's up, Green Raccoon? And yes, never forget what Arthur said to us that day. It's probably his best line in the game, and it's one that everyone makes memes out of. Alright, but this is part 10, and we are now in the point in the game where we are... What did we do last part? Ah yes, we were actually going through Roppongi, but before we actually continue with plot, I want to show off something that I found out very recently. In fact, a few minutes after the last part. So I was doing a bit of research on Shin Megami Tensei 1 and certain side quests that I can partake through certain parts in the game. And it surprised me that there were a ton of side quests, and by ton I mean 5 side quests technically, although one of the side quests does require you to go to multiple locations, and it's not really much of a side quest, it's more so just rewards that you can take if you so choose to get them. But either way, I still count it as side quests, and so do the guides. But one of these particular side quests actually caught my attention, and that is the Fiends. So the Fiends are what you would call a staple in the Shin Megami Tensei franchise. Most people might recognize the Fiends as those skeleton demons from Nocturne, and you may be right, that's probably the only game where they were ever that important to the plot, because they were essentially the main importance to that game in general, and it was really the only way you can get the true demon ending in that game. But would you actually believe that they appeared in Shin Megami Tensei 1 first? That's right, they actually appeared all the way back in the first game. And the SNES version, mind you. Like, I knew they were in the ISO, GBA, and PS1 version of Shin Megami Tensei 1, but the SNES version, the Super Famicom? No, I actually didn't know about that until I looked up this guide. So, I decided to read this guide, and the person who wrote this guide was... If I just scroll all the way up... Necrados. He made the Shin Megami Tensei Majin guide, which you can find on Game FAQs. It's a pretty well-detailed guide about the Fiends. Well, they're technically Majins in this game. They call them Majins, but, you know, they'll always be known as Fiends to everyone else. But he actually went into detail how you can find these particular Majins and what exactly you get from them. The benefits, the tricks, and the specific areas that you can encounter them. And yes, I did say areas. These Fiends are technically a random... What I say random? These particular Fiends are what you would call a crapshoot. The Fiends were always there, watching, waiting. Yes, they were a Green Raccoon, although they didn't have their iconic theme in Shin Megami Tensei 1. Well, this version anyway, but they did have it in the PS1 version. But yeah, the Fiends are what you would call crapshoot in terms of encounters. Basically, they're these super powerful level 99 super bosses that you can encounter on specific areas of specific maps. And yes, I'm using the word specific very much because you pretty much have to be at a certain spot in order to encounter these things. The way it works is the Fiends can be encountered on a specific tile on certain maps where you actually encounter where you actually have a forced encounter with a demon. So let me show off where I'm at right now. I am in the Shinjuku Mall to the west side of the basement floor, and if you see here, my character is the yellow dot. A square down on the yellow dot, which is where I am, is where you can actually encounter where you can have a forced encounter with a demon. Usually it's a goblin. Sometimes you can have a rare encounter with a demon known as Koyak or something like that. Basically, what this spot is for is that these particular spots where you have forced encounters is where you can have a specific rate of chance to encounter the fiends. That's right, if you go to this particular spot on the west side of the Shinjuku Mall and go down to that little room right there, you have a very low chance of encountering a fiend. And when I say low, I mean particularly low. I believe the algorithm is a 1 in 240 chance of encountering a fiend. And make no mistake, that isn't wrong. Because what I have here is, I actually wrote down the schedule that I had for encountering these fiends. So I was actually looking for these fiends for quite a while, and I wrote down how much time it took for me to find them. So I started at 10:40 p.m. yesterday, and the first fiend that I encountered through doing this, it took me 40 minutes to encounter the first fiend. 40 minutes to encounter it, and I didn't even explain how you're supposed to encounter it. So basically what you're supposed to do, and this is the guide definitely, oh oops, my bad, I accidentally went into the room. Ignore that encounter right there. So let me explain how exactly I encountered that particular thing before we go into how I encountered it. And even then, you only get a 1 in 216 chance of ever seeing them. Yeah, that's a green raccoon. 1 in 216. Yeah, that is a particularly low encounter rate. So, what the guide told me to do was, since I'm playing on an emulator, what I had to do was I had to enter the first room before I enter into the room with the forced encounter. I save state. I'm not going to save state right now. I don't want to ruin the save state that I have encountering that particular fiend. So yeah, I save state and I enter into the room right now. Okay, so what I encounter is the common encounter, the goblin. So I load the save state. And let me save state on save state 2 just to show this off. Or save state 1 technically. So yeah, I go in here. Oh, my bad. Let me redo what exactly I did in the save state 2. So I go in here. It's a goblin. Wow, I'm screwing this up. Hold on. So yeah, what I do is I save state on state 2. I run in here. It's a goblin. Okay, so that's a common encounter. Alright, it's not a fiend. So then I load the save state that I used. And then I walk out of the room, and then I walk back in, and then I save state again. Now you see, the way the encounter works is every step you technically take on the map shuffles the random encounter rate that you have for encountering the fiend in these forced encounter rooms. So I walked to the map once, and it is still a common encounter. So you see, I pretty much do the exact same thing. I load the save state, I take one step out of the map, I save the save state. If it's the goblin or the Koyak, I just load the save state and do it again. As you see, it would take a long time to find the particular fiend that you're looking for, and even then, there are 3 fiends in the game that you can encounter, and you won't be able to manipulate which one you do encounter. Going back to my schedule here, the first fiend that I actually encountered during this, which took me 40 hours, was David, the fiend that I accidentally just showed you guys right now. So I encountered the David fiend. So after that, I save stated. So after that, I loaded the save state. I loaded the save state before I encountered David in the room, so that I would do the same trick again. I would move out of the room, take one step in the map in the mall, go back into this room, save state, and then continue the process to see if I could encounter a different fiend. The reason why I did this is because the fiends in this game, because there are 3, and they actually drop random items. Now, they drop a specific item that is a weapon that, if I remember right, let me look at the guide. Yeah, here it is. Each fiend drops a particular weapon that belongs to one of the 3 alignments. So one of the fiends drops a weapon that belongs to the neutral alignment, the other drops a weapon belonging to the law alignment, and same for the chaos alignment. And since there are 3 fiends in this game, each one carries a weapon of that specific alignment. And it just so happens that the fiend David that I encountered is the one that carries the neutral weapon, the Stradivari, which is the strongest neutral weapon in this game, which, you know, I wouldn't complain if I were to get it, but considering I'm going for the law route, it wouldn't really be wise to try to get a weapon that I won't even be able to use. I mean, I'm already still have the Mikazuchi blade. I don't really need that, so I could pretty much just sell that. Same for the weapon that I get from David. And even then, let me stress this out, there is also a low chance that you'll even get the weapon. Yeah, just like encountering the fiends, there is, I think it's the exact same rate, a 1 in 216 chance that the fiend will even drop the weapon. And you can't change the rate if you decide to load the save state before encountering that fiend. It'll always keep that particular rate. So if you fight the fiend and you had a save state before you enter the room with the fiend, and that fiend doesn't drop a weapon, you're not getting that weapon if you load the save state again. It's just not possible, which means you're going to have to do the same process over and over again. See, that is why looking for the fiends in Shin Megami Tensei 1 is a crapshoot in of itself, and it's honestly not worth it. It really isn't. Just going out of your way to look for these rare encounters and, you know, not really getting anything special out of them. And if you do, then you're lucky. You know, I won't deny that. If you do happen to get the weapon from them, then that's good. But if you don't, then, you know, I didn't expect you to get it. So let me go back to the schedule here. So it took me 40 minutes to find David, the first fiend. So I loaded the save state. It took me 2 hours to find another fiend, and guess what that fiend was? It was another David. So I loaded the save state again before that encounter to try to look for another fiend. It took me 30 extra minutes to find David again. 4 Davids in one. 4 Davids in a successful order, and at that point I pretty much just said, screw it, I'm fighting this thing. So I actually fought the fiend, and surprisingly I won. Yeah, I actually won against that particular fiend battle, and through that battle I actually got a couple level ups too. So let me go over the level ups. Oh yeah, I should also mention, before I go through the levels that I got from that fiend battle, for some reason, and this is something that I noticed, for some reason during the events of the last part, Malgrim's levels somehow lowered to level 37, even though I remember clearly, and I had to look back at the last livestream session to figure out if this was true. He was level 40. He was level 40 last time. If not level 40, then at least level 39. And for some reason, as soon as I started my grind session after the last part, he suddenly decreased back to level 37. I don't know why that happened. I think it's a glitch, because I was researching if anyone else had a particular problem about this, and apparently there is a well-known glitch in Shin Megami Tensei 1 where your main character can just suddenly downscale in levels or just lose permanent stat increasements altogether. Luckily, I got the most harmless version of this glitch because it didn't actually decrease any of my permanent stats. When you really think about it, it was actually more of a boon than a bane because I was able to keep all the permanent stat buffs that I got from the level ups before, and because it was just my level that decreased, I was able to keep those permanent stat buffs. So, in a sense, I got 3 extra level up points from this glitch. So, you know, I'm not really complaining. Not at all, really. So, with those level ups, I raised Vitality, Luck, and Luck twice, yeah. With those 3 level ups, I raised those stats. So, again, not complaining. And with Snow, she was also able to level up 3 times. And because she wasn't affected by the glitch, she was able to, she is now a higher level than Magram, really, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. So yeah, she leveled up 3 times, and I raised her intelligence with all of those levels. So now her intelligence is at level 25, which means she's able to get a lot more spells now, because the intelligence stat is connected to the rate of which you gain your spells in this game. Although she still has the exact same map spells that she had previously. She probably got a new battle spell, but we'll probably see that in a little bit. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Part 10 recap. I decided to hunt for the Fiends. I got some nifty level ups from it, and I encountered a glitch that actually will help me in the long run. So I consider that a success. I always imagined David to have Greg's voice from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Oh yeah, that thing, the scarecrow. I would do a Greg voice, but my throat is killing me right now, so I probably won't do it. Speaking of alignment, your cursor is swaying back and forth, neutral from the last video. Oh really? I didn't even notice that. Oh, so we're technically steering more towards the neutral route now. Actually, I wonder, is it still like that? We'll probably figure that out once we get onto the overworld map. But for now, let's actually do what we're here to. Let's actually do what I planned on doing now. We're going to actually show off the Fiend battle on screen. Yeah, actually, even though I did technically fight the Fiend off screen, I still want to actually show it off because it's rare when you actually get to encounter these things in Shin Megami Tensei 1. So I might as well show off what he does. And again, he is level 99. So what we're gonna do here is we're actually going to summon all of my demons, because yeah, it did technically take all of my best demons to beat David in my off-screen battle. So let's have Sarsvati out. I think Claquet is my main damage dealer. I mean, he has the best strength stat at this point, so he's the one who will probably do the most damage. And yeah, let me return Keelin because he's actually not going to be pretty useful in this battle. And let me have Watcher, who is surprisingly the MVP of the off-screen battle against David, and I'll definitely show it off during that battle. But let me just check something real quick. Keelin. Okay, he has 22 strength, 88 power, 20 accuracy. Now let me check Laquet. 20 strength, 81 power, 25 accuracy. Yeah, he's just overall better than Keelin, although the strength stat is low. Is the strength stat lower? Yeah, the strength stat is surprisingly lower than Keelin, although he has more power than Keelin. Oh wait, no, that's 88 power, my bad. Okay, so really, Keelin is a lot better than Lakay in terms of just raw physical power, so now that I see that, I'm probably just gonna return Lakay and just bring out Keelin. I mean, this really isn't gonna make much of a difference, but you know, it's at least something. At least we'll do a tiny bit more damage. And I accidentally loaded the save state again. Oops. Okay, well, you know what? On the bright side, at least this means I won't be wasting some of the magnetite that I use. Oh, is it maca or magnetite? No, it's the maca. Yeah. Because I loaded up the save state, at least I won't waste the maca that I used for summoning Lakay and then re-summoning Keelin back. So yeah, at least I saved up a little bit of maca from that little screw-up, so... Okay. And I think we're good now, so let's go fight the Fiend, who is for some reason called Deity in this translation. Okay, seriously, Shin Megami Tensei 1, Deity, Majin, please make up your mind. And yeah, this is David, who you may recognize from Shin Megami Tensei 4. He's actually one of the only Fiends who doesn't appear in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. One of the only Fiends in this game. I should probably go through them right now, but the other two Fiends are, let me see. The High Priest, or as you may recognize his name in Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Daisojo. The undead priest who has that really awesome healing ability. He's level 99, just like David. 999 HP, 999 MP. And his main attacks are physical based. Oh no, wait, he's actually heavily oriented in magic, but for some reason he has no magic spells whatsoever, so he just hits you with physical attacks. Okay, they kind of screwed up there, I see. And the other Fiend that you can fight is the Pale Rider, who was also in SMT Nocturne, as one of the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse. Again, level 99, 9,999 HP. And he specializes in instant kill attacks, so he has stuff like Mudo and Mudon that can instantly kill you. He also has Tetrafu, which causes panic to the entire party, and surprisingly enough, David has that attack too, so this is actually going to be a pretty difficult battle to go through. Oh, and also, Pale Rider is the one who has the Chaos Alignment weapon. No, wait, it was Daisojo who has the Chaos Element weapon. Yeah, that's a little weird. The High Priest has the weapon that belongs to the Chaos Alignment. And one of the Four Horsemen of Apocalypse is the one that has the Law Alignment weapon. That's a little bit weird when you think about it, but you know, oh well. But yeah, here we are, the Fiend battle. This is probably the only Fiend I'm ever going to show off in SMT Nocturne. And you know what, since we're fighting a Fiend, let's do something special for this battle. Let me mute the emulator, and let me just open up Firefox real quick. Where is it? Ah, there it is. That's much better. We're having an actual Fiend battle, so we might as well have the Fiend theme playing in the background. An SMT1 live stream. Glad someone else enjoys it. Oh, hello, Spicy. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I definitely have been enjoying SMT1 for as much as I played it. And, you know, I am a sucker for an SMT game, so I really wanted to play the first one. So, David, he is a very special Fiend because he specializes in status effect attacks. Just like the other Fiends, he has 999 HP and 999 MP, so don't expect him to run out of MP anytime soon. He has normal physical attacks, which is probably the one attack that you're going to count on him using. He has Hapilma, which can cause happiness on the entire party, which is one of the worst stats in the game besides Charm, because I don't think you can heal that, at least not yet. He also has Pulinpa, which causes panic to the entire party, and Marin Karin, which causes Charm to one enemy. Yeah, he definitely specializes in moves that can pretty much fuck your entire party, so you kind of want to hope for him to just use physical attacks and just heal that. So yeah, alright, let's get into this battle. So my strategy for this is actually to have Keelan use a normal attack. Normal attacks aren't really going to do much in this battle, so you know, Keelan is just there to be another wall and such. Now Watcher here has a very special ability called Remudra, which, if I read the Wikipedia page right, it's a move that's meant to do tons of damage against a boss, or not a boss, any particular enemy. It's supposed to do a ton of damage on a particular enemy, but it's also supposed to do damage to the caster as well. Unfortunately, there's a glitch in SMT1 that doesn't actually count the extra damage to the caster whenever they use Remudra. So instead of it being kind of like Recarm Dora and actually doing damage against the caster when it's used, it's just a really powerful attack that rivals Megiddo. So hell yeah, I'm gonna use that with no repercussions whatsoever. And with Sarasvati, she has Makakaja, which can actually raise the attack power, or magic power technically, of Remudra. So Remudra is going to do a ton of damage once we get all of our Makakajas set. Malgrim is going to use her guns, just in the event that he puts David to sleep. And Snow is going to be the MVP of this battle, because she has... well, obviously she has a healing spell, so she'll be on healing duty, but she also has Zionga, which has a chance of putting David to shock, which means he can essentially skip one of his turns, which is something that you definitely want. Also, if he happens to use Pulinpa, use, I believe it's Mipatra. Mipatra is the one that can heal your entire party for the panic status. Oh, and she also got Mazionga. She didn't actually have that before. I think that was from the level up that I got from the off-screen battle. But yeah, use Zionga. It's a definite hit. Of course, unless he uses... okay. Well, he uses Marin Karn on Malgrim, but you know what? We're okay with Malgrim not doing anything. And she missed. Of course she did. And that missed too. Wow, we're having terrible luck right now. Oh, yeah, and because Malgrim is charmed, he's hitting his party. And Sarasvati fell asleep. Yep, this is what you have to avoid when fighting the Fiends, especially David, considering he uses stuff like Charm and Panic. You might end up going up against your entire party, and he basically cripples all of you. Unfortunately, Watcher and Sarasvati are asleep, and Malgrim is charmed, so Malgrim is essentially useless right now. Let's just have him defend until the charm wears off. And Snow, you're just gonna have to continue doing Zionga. Snow was engulfed with Bliss. Now that we cannot heal. And unfortunately, this hits the entire party. So stuff like that happens, where no one actually gets a turn. But hey, at least he can't kill us easily. The only actual attack he has is physical attacks. So really, he's not gonna kill you in this battle, but he will prolong it. It's gonna take forever to take him out. Okay, Snow, hopefully you can use this Zionka. And she did! And she sent David into a shock. Now he's probably going to skip his turn in the next cycle. and 42 damage, and that's gonna keep going up with Makakaja. The Fiend theme from S&T Imagine. Yep, I'm using that version, which honestly is my favorite version of the Fiend theme. I mean, nothing wrong with the Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne version, but that theme is way overused in pretty much everything. And besides, I love this part of the Imagine remix. The part where it actually goes slow and you hear the heartbeat in the background. That is amazing ambiance right there. And yeah, he used a physical attack. Smart one, David, smart one. And yeah, just in case we need to bring someone back to life, we have a recarm. Although, you know, in all my test battles against this guy, never once did one of my demons actually die. He's actually not really that difficult. I guess if I were to fight him when I was like in the level 20s, he probably would have been a lot more harder, but as of now, he's basically just prolonging the battle. And he charms Snow. And she sent Watcher into a shock, so now he's gonna skip his turn. Oh, great. Yeah, so now both of my human characters are charmed, which means they're essentially useless right now. Is this just perfect? But hey, at least we still have Rimudra still there. And I could be using Makarkarn and Tetrakarn, but he rarely uses his physical attacks, so it's not really wise to do that. And besides, I don't even know if the Karn spells actually last in Shin Megami Tensei 1. I know they last in our later games, where when you use them for a turn, they last until someone uses a physical attack or a magic spell on the people who are affected by the Karn spell. In this game, though, I don't know if they last for just one turn, or if they last until your enemy uses that particular attack on you. I'll probably test it out later off screen, you know, during random battles. I mean, it would be useful to learn, because Sarasvati is actually a pretty good demon. She has both the Karn spells and Makakaja. You know, she's a great buffer to have. And yeah, as you see here, all of our characters besides Sarasvati are all affected by status effects. And the one person who can actually heal the panic status effect is under charm, so this didn't go exactly as I planned, but you know, like I said before, even if your plans go a little awry, David really doesn't have any attacks that can kill anyone. And even if he does use a physical attack, okay, that actually did a ton of damage, but at this point in the game, it doesn't do much. And why am I using physical attack with those two? Okay, Snow is no longer charmed, so now she can start healing us. That's good, that's good. And let's go back on Rimudra duty. Malgrim, you just stay there and look pretty. Or stay there and think David is pretty. I mean, he does have something about him that is pretty. I mean, look at that hat. That is one majestic hat he has. I recall there being an upgrade to your comp that lets you have 6 party members instead of 5. That is true, Green Raccoon. I think you can actually get that in the next dungeon. I remember reading that on the FAQ. It's actually not that far, so maybe we'll get it today, maybe we won't, but you know, I would appreciate having 6 demons in my party right now. Although considering most of my demons are physical based, they're probably not really gonna do anything against the Fiends. Yeah, if you're noticing, physical attacks don't really hurt these guys all too much. It's more so the magic that hurts them. And Snow is happy. I mean, she's around Malgrim, of course she'd be happy. But she was able to hit him. 62 damage. That's nice, that's nice. Again, these things have 999 damage, so as long as you're doing at least 100 damage every turn or every 2 turns, this battle will go by pretty fast. I mean, hopefully you have some strong magic with you, you know? I'm surprised that Malgrim is still charmed. And I think we can still use some more Makakajas. Thankfully, Shin Megami Tensei 1 doesn't have that really terrible glitch where if you use too many Kaja spells, you actually run the risk of glitching out the algorithm and having the Kaja spell actually... what's the term that I should use? It restores all of your... Okay, she can't use Makakaja anymore. That glitch actually restores all of your battle stats to 0. So all of the Kaja spells that you use will actually lower all of your stats to where it'll actually be like you using Maka... What is the debuff spells? Well, it's basically like debuffing your entire party, which is something that you do not want, and unfortunately is a glitch in Shin Megami Tensei 2. So yeah, you kind of don't want to use too many buffs in that game, or else you'll have your characters like doing 1-digit damage. It's not fun at all. I get charmed every time you upload sign-ups. Oh. Damn it, damn it, Green Raccoon. Why do you always say stuff like that? That always makes me blush. Alright, well, now that we don't have to use any Makakajas anymore, we can actually have Sarasvati doing physical attacks, so at least we'll be adding more damage to this. And now my dog is barking in the background. He probably saw someone outside. Or maybe it's Pascal barking in the background. Pascal, we'll save you. Do we need to heal? I think we're good. Unless he does that. But I think he charmed the one person who was actually already charmed, so... Good job, David. That was utterly useless. I don't think anyone actually attacked him in that turn. Keelan, you have nothing of use here. Just attack, please. I guess I could use a Tetrakarn, but... Actually, yeah, let's use a Tetrakarn, just in case. I mean, luckily she's not charmed, because if she was charmed, she would have ended up using that Tetrakarn on David, and that would have ended very poorly. And yeah, Malgrim is no longer charmed, so he can now use his guns. Unless... Okay, yeah. Keelan was the one who was charmed. Which is probably not a good thing, because he might actually attack some of our demons. Alright, Green Raccoon. See you soon. Oh, he didn't put him to sleep that time. Well, luckily it wasn't Malgrim or Snow, because if either of them were charmed, that probably would have not been swell. So yeah, let's just have Keelan defend. Watcher just using Remudra. Again, this battle is pretty much in the bag now. He's not gonna kill us anytime soon. Let's put up another Tetrakarn just in case. You know what? Yeah, she could just keep using Tetrakarn in the event that David is stupid enough to use a physical attack. Oh. Well, at least the 62 damage is still hitting him. And we put him to sleep as well. Actually, during one of my test playthroughs, test battles against this thing, I actually started using Makajama on him. I actually wanted to see if Makajama would work, and that's the magic sealing spell. And it actually did work on I was actually able to seal David's magic, and at that point he was only able to use physical attacks because all of his status effect abilities. Oh, and we actually defeated him! Yes! Yeah, that wasn't so hard, was it? But yeah, as I was saying, I was actually using Makajama on him during one of my test battles, and it actually worked, and he wasn't able to use any of his status effect spells. So all he could really do was use physical attacks, and he could do nothing against us after that. And all I really needed to do was use Sarasvati's Tetrakarn, and all of his physical attacks would just repel off of him. It was actually pretty hilarious, although it took until the tail end of that particular battle to have Makajam work on him. Because yeah, Makajam has a pretty low accuracy, so unfortunately it wasn't able to hit him at like the beginning of the battle. Alright, let's turn off this music now, because we're not fighting a fiend anymore. And let's turn on the emulator music. And look at that experience, my god. 23,000 experience. That's more than bosses give you at this point. And again, I got 3 level ups from fighting this guy, and 3 level ups again. So I guess the one thing you can take out of fighting the fiends is they give you a ton of experience points. Enough to give you 3 level ups at this point in the game. So let's see what we're gonna put these 3 into. To be honest, I kind of want to just put them all in luck at this point. But I know if I do that, it'll probably not end well. So let's actually put some in vitality. Let's put what happens if I put 3? Oh, I gain some HP. Speed. It actually affects my accuracy. And my evasion as well. And I've pretty much been ignoring my magic stat at this point. I mean, I don't use magic. My main character does not use magic. There's no point in putting any into his magic stat. Intelligence stat either. Well, I guess the intelligence stat does affect the negotiation success rate, but I'm using an emulator, so that really doesn't matter at this point. You know what? Screw it. Let's put some in vitality. And 1 in luck. I'm still going for that luck build. And Snow got some experience as well. Yep, 3 level ups. Goddamn, she's level 45 now. We're starting to reach endgame levels here, folks. And let's see. I should probably raise her vitality because I don't like the 150 health at this point. What happens if I put all the points into her? It doesn't actually affect her HP at all. Let's actually put some in intelligence. Let's put a point in speed. And a point in vitality. Just in case. And we're pretty much going to ignore luck and strength with Snow. And there we go, she learned a new spell thanks to our point in intelligence. Got 1,980 magnetite, and we did not get the weapon. So yeah, as you see there, we fought the fiend, we defeated the fiend, but we didn't get the drop. Which again, is like the second time I fought David at this point, so we're pretty much not going to get the drop from David anytime soon, and this is probably the only fiend I'm ever going to fight ever again in Shin Megami Tensei 1. But yeah, just wanted to show it off, you know? It is possible to fight the fiends in this game. It is possible to find them. With time, of course, with time wasted. But it is possible. Now, what isn't possible, or isn't worth it, is the drops that they give, you know, the weapons. It's really not worth trying to go after those particular weapons at all. I mean, they're super powerful, they're like the best weapons of the game, even better than the weapons you get through sword fusion, but again, you have a terrible chance of actually getting them, so it's really not worth it. Alright, so since we're level 43 now, I think we should check to see what fusions we can make. I actually had my eyes on a particular fusion that involved one of my Undines, yeah. My Undine and my Archangel, so let's see what these can fuse to. And because it's an element demon, it will create the next demon in the divine line. So yeah, level 40 power. Yes, Tarukaja and Rakukaja. The physical raising status. The physical rating wow, I'm tongue-tied right now. Tarukaja raises strength, Rakukaja raises defense. There, I said it. So yeah, this is definitely a useful demon to have, especially during boss battles. So let's make him. I don't even care if I'm using the Undine. And let the fusion begin. Oh, I thought that was a Rosalka for a second, but no. They reused the Rosalka sprite for the Undine. Ah, there we go. I am divine, the divine power. I am at your command. The divine power. Wasn't that the villains in Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse? Wow, they appeared really early into the series. Alrighty, let's check to see what other demons we can have now. Actually, I want to see what the power can fuse into, because... Oh, oops, wrong button. I want to see what the power can fuse into, because yeah, we can actually use the Sylph element to rank up the Divine Demon again. So let's see what the next... Let's see what the next demon in the Divine class is. And it is Virtue! Of course it is. Level 46... Maragion, which, is a nice spell. Mediarahan, which is the full heal, all-party healing spell, which is definitely great. And Rekarmdra, or Rekarmdora, which is the sacrifice spell. Basically, when you use Rekarmdora, you revive a particular ally, or all your party, I believe. It's either one person or your entire party. You revive your entire party who's dead for full HP, but you sacrifice the caster. So once Virtue uses Rekarmdora, he'll basically be dead. Although I don't know if the glitch that happened with Remundra also works for Rekarmdora. I'm probably gonna have to test it out later, but if it does, then that means Rekarmdra is basically just a full party Summa Rekarm, which is amazing if that's true. I'll probably make him. Maybe. If I still have the Sylph with me. Yeah, my level still isn't there yet. So, let's see what else we can make. Sorry, Doomwolf, you haven't scared me yet. And it's good to have you on my moon right now. I think it's like full moon right now? No, it's like 2 8 moons. Alright, what does the Watcher fuse into if I fuse it with the Sylph? Apparently it skips one of the Yoma demons into Ankhat. Level 43, so I can technically make it. Rakukaja and Tarukaja? Those are the same spells that Power has. Okay. Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have used my Undine, because that's like a super rare demon. At this point, I already have power for those spells, so nah, I'm gonna save myself for something else. Does my Atsuyu fuse into anything? No! It just fuses into dummy demons. What happens if I fuse this with the Sarasvati? Raja Naja. Or Naga. Raja Naga. I like Raja Naja better. Raja Naja. It just rolls off of the tongue, you know? Raja Naja. It's a chaos element, so we can't use it. Although I probably wouldn't have used it anyway because it's shit. We can't really fuse anything with the Atsuyu, unfortunately. Yeah, because it's a wilder demon, we can't technically fuse it with anything unless we want it to become like a slime. Because yeah, anything else we fuse into it just becomes a slime. I think we need to have another wilder demon and then fuse it with Atsuyu, who is also a wilder, to make a specific class of demon. Like the jockey too. The jockey you can actually fuse with another jockey demon to make a specific alignment, a specific class that is actually really good. I think it's like Avatar or something. Something that is very difficult to get. But yeah, it appears that we can't really make anything else at the moment. But hey, power is still good, you know? And Watcher with Remudra is... he's still a really powerful demon, so it's not like we're going to take him out anytime soon. Alrighty, so now that we've fought the Fiend and got a substantial amount of level ups, what now? Well, let me take a look at the guide so we can see what to do next. I believe we were still dealing with the Roppongi incident. Yes, the Roppongi incident. We were still going off to fight the Black Count, or the Black Baron, technically, yeah. Red Count, Black Baron. That's what they were called. So let us head back to the terminal and head straight to Roppongi. And by the way, you might have noticed I changed the artwork for Malgrim in the stream overlay. I actually changed it to the artwork of Malgrim during the second half of the game. You know, after the post-apocalypse, and you know, he's basically decked out in cyberpunk gear, just like Snow. Because you know, if you're dealing with a post-apocalypse full of demons, you kind of want to be prepared for it. You know, gotta have your armor and your weapons and such. I really do like that design of Malgrim, though. The bulletproof stomach vest is a pretty nice touch. Alright, so if I remember correctly, we're actually going to the bottom floor, because that's where the Black Baron is. So let's go there right now. And it seems like my Estoma ran out. Oh hey, this is the Bodyconian! This is what Snow, Arthur Snow actually turned into in the last part. Yeah, they're shit. It's just 2 experience? Goddamn. And yeah, I actually tested it out during my off-screen grinding, and yes, this place is full of undead demons. So, when the spell on Roppongi was broken due to the Red Count's death, all of the people technically turned into undead demons. So, yeah, that's pretty much all you're going to be fighting in this place. Let's take the elevator. It'll be faster if we take that. My brother's being extremely loud in the background. Oh, this is the stairs, okay. That's right, the elevator was in the north section. Let's open up our comp and look at it again. You know, in hindsight, I probably should have installed that mod where you can map the auto map button to to a button on your controller. So I think you can actually map the auto map button onto the L or an R button, which basically just opens up your map instantly. That would have been way more useful than just opening up my comp, going into the menu, going into 2 menus just to open up my map like this, you know? It's hindsight that you pretty much think about when you actually get through the game. Alright, let me open up the map to Roppongi because I actually don't have it open right now. That's some good water. Did you know Baldur's Gate is getting a port release for Xbox One, PS4, and Switch tomorrow? Oh, I did not know that, Green Raccoon. Xbox One, you say? Good thing I have an Xbox One. I've been interested in playing the Baldur's Gate series, or the Ultima series as well. Although the Ultima series is more like a sort of archaic version of Baldur's Gate, so, you know, Baldur's Gate first, then Ultima. But if that's true, then I'll have to look into that. I mean, I won't be able to buy it anytime soon, because I recently spent all of my money buying the Final Fantasy X HD version on Xbox One, which was on sale, which is why I bought it. I mean, $20 off for like 2 games, 2 long RPGs? Hell yeah! Okay, so it's basically the room in the center. Alright, we could get there, no problem. Stop flailing my tail, Arsenal. It's my tail. I get to decide when it's flailing. And I flail it now. Alright, nobody's here. Oops. Hey, I think that's the room where you can actually encounter the Fiend. Yeah, I think that's one of the rooms where, or is it? No, wait, I'm mistaken, yeah. I actually thought this was one of the rooms where you can encounter a Fiend, but it was actually the room where we fought the corpse. Yeah, that was technically a forced encounter, but it isn't one that you can always run into whenever you go to that spot. So, of course I got confused from that. Are we even going in the right direction anymore? Let me just go through here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the correct direction. Alright. Remember this place. So let's heal that poison real quick. There we go. And I am pretty sure there is a boss on the other side of this room, so let's start bringing out our demons. Yeah, we're definitely going to bring out Watcher. He was definitely the MVP of the last battle. Like, he made cakewalk. He made the Fiend a cakewalk in that battle, so... And power I'm actually going to use because, you know, Tarukaja and Rakukaja, like, definitely gonna start using those from now on. And anyone need to heal? No? Alrighty then, let's go in. And it's playing the fucking Pascal theme in the background, of course. Same here. A few years ago, I was dreaming about playing CRPG on a console, but figured that the mechanics would have made the venture impossible. Now that is gonna be possible. And I know, right? Like, I unfortunately wasn't planning on playing Baldur's Gate anytime soon because, well, my computer, my laptop is pretty weak, and you know, there is no plans of me getting a stronger PC or a gaming PC anytime this year. So now that I know that Baldur's Gate is gonna be on the Xbox One, I'm actually pretty excited to get it. So oh, I'll have to add that to my list. Oh, so you came to so you came to save your friend, eh? That S kind of looked like a G. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but he is already dead, and his body is no more. Oh, damn. And here I was thinking we were actually going to fight his possessed body, but nope, Arthur is dead completely, body and all. Though I must say, having you come straight to me certainly saves me quite a lot of time. More fresh, healthy young souls for me. Fallen Neburos. Yep, so just like the Red Count, who was the tyrant... He was the tyrant, right? Yeah, the tyrant Belial. This guy, the Black Baron, is also a demon. And strangely and interestingly enough, just like Belial, he is also a demon from the Ars Goetia of 72 demons. The demons who were summoned by the priest Solomon. I believe Neburos is one of the generals of hell. I forget what exactly his powers are because all the demons of the Ars Goetia technically have powers. But yeah, he is a pretty big deal in the Shin Megami Tensei universe. So unfortunately, he's gonna have to go. And like the last battle, let's bring this out. Let's mute the emulator. Go to Firefox. And play the PS1 boss theme. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna start using this thing from now on whenever we encounter bosses. I mean, it's just the overall better version of the theme. Heck, it even has the bass solo that I love so much. Alright, so Neburos, I expect you to have tons of magic spells. So, now that I think about it, we might want to bring out Sarasvati so she can start using Makarakarn. Let's have Rimudra. Keelan, you can actually return. Or actually no, let's have you defend. Oh no, wait, I actually have to return someone in order to summon another demon out. And power, you raise the you see, Tarakaja would be useful, but none of my demons are actually using physical attacks, so let's raise Rakukacha instead. That's gonna raise our defense. So in the event he might use a physical attack, we'll be okay. And Magrim, you can actually summon. Yeah, we can't summon until one of them is gone. So let's just have you use your gun. Snow. I'm kind of worried this guy might have instant kill attacks, but let's not even worry about that. Just Zionga the asshole. Snow casts Zionga. 15 damage. Okay, so he's definitely not weak to magic. Although Rimudra still did 65 damage, so that's good at least. Maybe we should have used a strength build party. Ah well, Rimudra is still doing the work. Let's actually raise our strength stat. So because we're going to do that, let's actually have Magrim be the one to use his sword. And Snow, you keep using Zionga, because we might just keep sending this guy into shock. And Mazama, of course he did. Although it doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, dude, we pretty much fought the Fiend already. Twice! We fought the same Fiend twice. You're not going to do anything against us. And I just realized I forgot to bring out my Sarasvati. That's what I was planning to do at the beginning. Oh, and I just realized something. I never took Watcher back to the church to heal his MP. So yeah, he's basically out of Rimudra right now. Whoops! Well, that was a mistake. Oh well, let's just keep using physical attacks. This guy isn't really gonna be doing anything to us. And just keep using Tarakaja, that might raise Watcher's physical attack strength. And with Malgrim, we're actually going to summon the demon that we want out right now. Sarasvati. And Snow, you just keep... I wonder if we could use... wait, if we use Marin Karin, then we're pretty much going to waste what we're going to do with Sarasvati. So yeah, just keep using Zionga, even though it's not doing much damage. And 38 damage with a physical attack. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, Sarasvati. Do what you're gonna do. Use the Makar Karn. And with this, all of his magic attacks are going to be repelled against him. So yeah, if he's stupid enough to actually use the Mazanma again, he's going to be hit with 5 Mazanma attacks. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Keep using that Tarakaja, baby. And Malgrim, you just can use your sword attack. And Snow, let's actually see what your physical attack is like. And unfortunately, he used the Mazanma before the Makar Karn could be registered. It happens sometimes, it happens. But hopefully the Makar Karn stays for the next turn. 54 damage! Wow, that's... Why aren't I raising your strength stat again? 37 damage. Dude, what is with Snow's weapon? She did like 54 damage with Tarakaja, while Malgrim did like 34. That's a little weird. Sarasvati, let's actually use another Makar Karn just in case. Just in case the one from the last turn went away. Watch her keep using that physical attack, baby. Yeah, let's just keep using physical attacks with Snow. Speaking of power, I remember fusing one with a strength stat of 24 in Double Summoner or Double Survivor Overclocked. A game where 40 was the max. I knew how lucky I was and saved it in the compendium for safekeeping. Oh man, you know what I really miss from these... You know what I really miss from the future games while playing these past Shin Megami Tensei games? The Demon Compendium. The ability to store the demon information and then buy them in the future. I really miss that ability. And it turns out Makar Karn only lasts for 1 turn. Okay, well at least I figured that out now. Alright, so with Neighboros' high speed, Makar Karn is basically useless in this battle. Well, that's disappointing. I guess Makar Karn doesn't work as it does, as it should in the later games, you know? In the later games, Makar Karn and Tetrakarn, the repel spells actually last until you actually take off that repel ability. But in this game, they only last just 1 turn, and when the turn is up, they're gone. So that's a little pointless. Well, I guess they could work if the demon who is using those skills are faster than the boss itself, but... you know... it doesn't work that way in this game, so really, what's the point? Yeah, we're starting to take a bit of damage here, so let's raise our Rakukaja a little more. And yeah, this guy really isn't doing much. Although we should probably just keep using our Karn spells with Sarasvati in the event that she somehow goes first. Which is probably not going to happen, but you know, we could hope. So yeah, what am I doing? I should have her using her Karn spells. Oops. He was using physical attacks just now, but I kind of want to see what Makar Karn can do to him. If it does actually work. And just keep using Tarakaja. Ah. Well, the good news is his Mazanma doesn't do much damage to us. I mean, it does 40 to Magrim, but at this point in the game, 40 damage a turn isn't really much to worry about. Oh, I love that fucking bass in the background. That bass solo is everything. Yeah, just keep using Makarakarn. Now we could use a Hiranya to restore some of Watcher's MP so that we could start using Remudra again, but you know what? Why don't we do that? I mean, we could just buy more Hiranyas later. Let's see how much Remudra can do with some extra Makakajas. And Snow, you just keep using your physical attacks because that's actually pretty good. That Hiranya just raised like 8 MP for Watcher. Like that honestly wasn't worth one Hiranya. And of course, Sarasvati is the last one to go, so her Makarakarn didn't work. I still want to use it though. And let's use a Remudra just to see what kind of damage that does. Should I start using physical attacks with the power? Of course I do! Let's start doing that now. And Snow, let's have you use a Medea just in case. Good thing she's faster than everyone else. Really? Really, Watcher? The one time where you were meant to be useful? Your time to shine? And you missed it? Really? Fucking missed his turn. Oh, holy fuck! 144 damage. Did power just do that with one physical attack? Holy shit! Maximum Tarukajas. Fucking amazing. Alright, note to self. Keep power. Keep power for a long time. He's gonna be definitely useful. But that's it for Nebulos. So let's actually turn this music off now. See you in the next boss battle, Shin Megami Tensei 1 PS1 version boss theme. You're still amazing. And hello, good old SNES theme. 736 experience. That's considering we got like 23,000 from the Fiend battle. This is nothing. We didn't even get a level up from that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have fought the Fiends at this point of the game. I think we're a little bit overpowered. We had to reanimate the dead. All for a little girl. We needed their life energy to protect this illusionary town. For Alice. It was all for Alice. Oh. So he really was doing all of this for Alice. It wasn't another scheme behind the Red Count's back. It was all for Alice. You know what? These two were some pretty great dads if they sacrificed so much for the little girl that they cared about. It's honestly kind of sweet, but they're still demons, so they kind of had to die. How was what we did wrong? What's wrong with putting everything into pleasing the one you love? Can't argue with that. Although you were still in our way, and you did technically kill our best friend, so... I have no sympathy for them at this point. I mean, I did kind of have sympathy for Alice. She was kind of innocent in all this. Although she did ask us to die for us. Although she did kind of ask us to die for her. But, you know, she's a little girl. She can have whatever she wants. Now you know how I felt when I fused him. Oh, man. Thank you, Malgrim. Thanks to you, my soul has been freed. I am forever in debt to you. Thank you. Now I can continue on into the afterlife, although I'll still have this stuttering problem even in heaven. It is time for me to go. Farewell. And there he goes. Oh, or maybe not. Who are you? Suddenly a random guy in a robe just suddenly comes in. Messenger of God. He kind of looks a little bit slimy, so let's have his voice be a little slimy. Arthur's faith in God was truly strong. His soul is indeed fit to be brought to the foot of God himself. Did I just give him Mogrim's mother's voice? Oh my god, I just remembered. Mogrim had that voice too. uh, let's just forget about that. I will carry Arthur's soul to heaven. Weep not, for he shall serve God in happiness forever. I don't think that's what he would really want. Or maybe that's not what we want. Hello? Wait, okay. I guess he's going to God now. Man, even in death, Arthur just can't catch a break. Alrighty then. That is the end of Roppongi, though. We finally freed the town from its cursed spell of bringing the dead back to life, and we've taken care of both of the counts. And we've also avenged Arthur's death. And, well, I at least hope his soul is going to finally be at peace. Although at this point, who knows, considering what we just witnessed from that weird chain-smoking messenger of God. Alright, let's put you guys back to the comp. Let's have Power out, because he's actually pretty damn useful. It's the guy from the dream. Oh yeah! From the beginning of the game! When we were naming our characters. Really? That's the same guy? Oh. Or was it a different guy? Or was it the same guy? No, wait, it was. I'm thinking of the wall. The wall with the face on it. That was when we were naming Mogrim. Then after that, it was the guy in the blue cloak who was talking to us about Arthur, who was tied to a cross Jesus style. So yeah, yeah, he technically was the same guy at the beginning of the game. Huh. I never noticed that, Green Raccoon. Nice. Nice catch there. Alright, let's have you guys heal real quick. You know, I could just use a diorama, but who cares, really? And I gotta take that poison off of Mogrim as well. But yeah, we're technically done with Roppongi, so that means we can finally leave this dump and go to someplace else. Although we really didn't find anything of importance here when you really think about it. It was more so just another detour to find out what's going on in this world now. Really, when you think about it, what exactly are we doing now, going from place to place in Tokyo? I guess we're basically just surviving. That's pretty much all we really can do now. I mean, there's really no set goal in mind until later in the game when we finally get into the alignment wars, but as of now, we're pretty much just trying to figure out if there's a place where humans can live without the fear of demons, or pretty much any place at all that seems safe. Although at this point, the two places that we've already been to, Shinjuku and Roppongi, they really haven't been safe at all, so our search might have been fruitless, but who knows, we might find a safe haven at some point. Which will eventually lead us into our next area. Which I'm not looking at the guide right now to find out what it is. I'm actually gonna wait until we head outside. So how do we get out of here? Oh wait! I'm stupid. I have Traport. That's right, I can just use Traport to go back to the terminal at the beginning of the dungeon. Why didn't I use that when I was in Basement 1? I keep forgetting. But yeah, that's a pretty nifty, excuse me, that is a pretty nifty spell to have, you know? It pretty much cuts back on backtracking. I mean, more so than Estoma at this point. Oh, and hey, look at that! Because we used your port, we actually ended up all the way back in the Shinjuku Mall. Which is actually more of a boon when you think about it, because now we can actually head back to the church. The Messiah Church. Alright, let's start healing these guys. Watcher, I am so sorry. I forgot to heal your MP in the last battle. And let's see if there's any special items we can get from this place. Oh hey, look at that! We can finally get soul incenses now! Wasn't that the thing that we gave to, Arthur Snow in the last part? Yeah, I think it is. Well, it's 4,000, but we technically have enough Maka to buy it, so let's get it. I believe it is a full revive with full HP and MP, so that is definitely a useful item. I believe in the mainline, the official Shin Megami Tensei games. You know, this is technically a fan translation, so the names of items and demons might be a little different from the official ones, but I believe the Soul Incense's real name is the Balm of Life, which in most Shin Megami Tensei games is basically a full heal. A full heal plus revival. So let's teleport back to Roppongi. Or do we need to teleport someplace else? You know what? I don't even know where we are heading at the moment. So let me take a look at the map now. After Roppongi. Apparently, we're heading to a place called the Great Fork. I have no idea what that is. And also the police station. Huh, I didn't think the police station was still standing at this point. Now that the barrier has been lifted, you can get to the building northeast of Roppongi. If you didn't notice it earlier, there was a building that was blocked due to the combination of the fallen buildings at the barrier. Alright, so we are technically supposed to go back to Roppongi, which we are in right now, so let's head out. Long time no see. Oh hey, Burning Ames. Sorry, but I do not remember. I do not remember you. I am so sorry. Let me take a look at your channel real quick. Oh hey, you make those animations. Those pretty cool stick figure animations. Hey, nice. Long time no see indeed. I definitely love those. I mean, ignore the fact that I completely forgot about you for a few seconds. But hey, you're cool, dude. You're cool. To be honest, if churches did this in real life, I would go more often. So you too would be a law fag, Green Raccoon? I gotta stop using that term, but the community uses that term, of course. Alright, I think this is the exit. I think. I don't want to look back at the map. All the way back at the beginning of the map, so and apparently that isn't the exit. Alright, where are we supposed to go? Oh, right there, right there. The room that's literally to our right. The one that literally says exit. Of course, of course. Northeast of Roppongi, so apparently there is a building over here. Oh yes, this is probably it right there. Apparently this is where we need to go now, the Great Fork. Which, as the name implies, seems to be an area that branches off into 4 ways. Either you can go to Ginza, you can go to Ikebukuro, or you can head to the police station. And where we're at right now, it leads to Roppongi, so interesting. I wonder if this is actually a thing in actual Tokyo. I mean, considering the game is based off of Tokyo, well, the game's setting is based off of real-life Tokyo, I wonder if the Great Fork is actually a thing. And yeah, these things are nothing thanks to the guns. Undeads, I don't think I can actually have you in my party. Considering, well, you're undead, and you're probably Chaos aligned. So, let's see. Technically started there. Wait, is this the Great Fork? Let me check the map real quick. Oh, no, wait, I don't want to dismiss any demons. No! Yeah, if you end up dismissing a demon, that basically means you're giving up the demon completely. And you do not want that. Let me see. I don't think this is the Great Fork, or maybe it is? Ah, fuck it. Let's just keep exploring and see if we come across something. Apparently that was a dead end. Dude, so many dead ends here. You know what? I should probably bring out Estoma at this point. I don't really need to encounter any of these low-level demons. Especially demons that I can pretty much encounter in any other place. Yeah, I think we're at the point where we can finally have more than one demon out at a time without worrying about our magnetite being used up all the time. Hey, our alignment is all better. I don't know. Chaos is seeming a bit more, interesting at this point. Okay, so apparently this wasn't the Great Fork. I guess this just leads to the Great Fork or something? Or maybe this is the Great Fork. I don't know. I don't know what is the Great Fork and what isn't. Apparently this place isn't even important enough to have a map, so... I don't know. Stairs? Okay, seriously, where are we? Well, I guess this is one of the few times where I'm actually going in blind. Completely blind. I don't like the look of this. Let's go back and explore the second floor. I did technically miss a couple rooms here. Although I doubt there's any items around this area. Considering there's no map for this building, I would doubt that, you know, there would be any items, because then the guide would actually put it down, if there were. Looks at the map. Oh hey! That actually gives me an idea, Arsenal. Let's actually bring up the mini-map. You know, while it's still 2.5 moons. Oh hey, this is the Great Fork! Ah, here it is! Yeah. Okay, yeah, so on the Great Fork map you actually encounter the law hero here, which is Arthur. Malgrim, I'm here because I have a favor to ask you. Dude, shouldn't you be in heaven by now? Why haven't you crossed yet? And how did you get all the way over here since you're a soul? Man, dude, as a soul, you're probably the strongest soul I've ever met. Within the former police headquarters, there's a small army of robotic police. It's apparently been dormant for years, but someone's activated again. Is it Skynet? Tell me it's Skynet. Tell me it's not Skynet, because I don't want it to be Skynet. Oh, it's probably Skynet. Japanese Skynet. It's like American Skynet, only more Enabu. Please stop whoever is controlling them. I'm dead, and I'm dead, and can no longer have a body, so I can't do it myself. Well, at least he's blunt. If you go a little further, you'll run into an intersection. And if you turn right at the intersection and follow the path, you'll end up in Ginza. If you keep going straight at the intersection, you will arrive at the former police station. Oh yeah, so he's basically explaining what the Great Fork leads to. Please, Margaret, you're the only one I can ask. But he isn't talking about Ikebukuro, so I guess he really doesn't care about Ikebukuro yet. So yeah, this is where this is technically the Great Fork, where we can technically branch off into 3 different directions at this point of the game. We can either head north to deal with the, I guess, robot problem in the police station. We can head to right to Ginza and, well, just explore Ginza. Or we can head to Ikebukuro for no reason whatsoever, because we technically have no reason to be there yet. Although there is a room right here on the eastern part, or western part technically. So let's save state and go in here real quick. Oh hey Sly, nice to see you again. Man, oh my god, it's Steven! Steven's back! Stephen Hawking. Rest in peace. Yeah, it's pretty tasteless now that Stephen Hawking is, you know, no longer in this world, that this character is still a thing. But yeah, apparently Steven, like everyone else we've met, has also survived the apocalypse. Man, even the cripple can survive a nuclear holocaust. God damn. This world's inhabitants are pretty damn strong, if that's the case. Oh, well, I might as well go into my Steven voice. Hold on, let me just get a chug of water. Ugh, my throat.
Well, if it isn't Margaret, I see you survived the destruction as well. Are the programs I gave you helping at all? By the way, I bet you find it inconvenient only being able to summon these minions at once. Or 3 minions. Sorry, I'm crippled, so I have a speech impairment.
Wow, I'm so sorry.
Don't you? Wouldn't you like to be able to control more at a time?
Heck yeah!
I thought so. That's why I developed this special upgrade to your summoning program.
Oh, just to our summoning program, dude? Alright.
Let me install it in your computer, and you will be able to summon 4 minions simultaneously.
Well, it's about time.
I'll see you later.
So if what he said is true, let's go into our comp and just summon Watcher. And another demon. Let's summon Star's Body. If that's the case, then we can finally have 4 demons out at a time. This means we can finally have a full party once again. We don't have to rely on a 3rd human character coming in to save the day. No, we can actually have 4 of our demons playing around. That is an amazing upgrade. While I may be bound by... Let me do the voice.
While I may be bound by a chair, in my mind I am free.
Didn't he have like a really deep, almost soothing voice in like Shin Megami Tensei 4? Oh man, I'm probably like really butchering that voice, but I love the Bane impression that I gave him at the beginning, so you know, I'm gonna stick to it. Who said I'm not mad? I am. Oh hey Scar, Miss Moses. Ah, don't worry about it, Scar. You can always watch the archives later. I mean, after all, they are going to be uploaded to YouTube after this, so you know, technically didn't miss much that you'll pretty much be watching later. So yeah, now that we have that upgrade, I'm actually going to put the demons back, or reload that state before I summon my demons. I don't want to waste the precious Maka that I have right now, because we're actually going to go on a little bit of detour. So instead of going to deal with the police station right now, which is what Arthur wanted, we're actually going to head east to Ginza. And hopefully, because we're in Ginza, we'll probably get to hear that really rockin' Ginza theme. Yep, that was right. the Ginza theme, which is my favorite theme song in Shin Megami Tensei 1. So fucking rockin'. And as we see here, we can actually activate a terminal, finally! And there we go, whenever we need to teleport to another location, we can just teleport using that terminal. This place is very red. I kinda like it. Red and gray, I bet Snow really likes it. It's basically her color scheme in a nutshell. So, what happened to Arthur? What happened to Arthur Morgan? I'm not even gonna touch that. What happened to Arthur? Yeah. As Green Raccoon said, Arthur sacrificed his life for Malgrim when the Black Baron attacked the party. Yep. And we defeated the Black Baron and freed his soul. Although, for some reason, Malgrim still wants us to help him in our endeavors. Apparently, he made a request to us from beyond the grave, telling us to head to the police station to free, or not free, basically destroy the robotic police units that are causing a panic at the police station. They were apparently sealed during the apocalypse, so I guess this means we're led to believe that Japan was developing robotic police before the apocalypse actually happened. Well, then again, I did make the joke that they're Japanese Skynet, so you know, oh well. I saw a huge building floating on the ocean. It was even bigger than the island at the mouth of Sumidagawa River. I'm serious. Okay, so apparently we're going to head to a place called Sumidagawa River at one point in the game? At some point? I don't know. But you know when an NPC talks about something, you know it's relevant. Both Messians and Gaians claim that they will save humanity. Share? Yeah, right. They won't share anything. I mean, have you looked at Shin Megami Tensei 2? The basic rule of that game is Messians don't know how to share. But you know, to me it really looks like nothing more than power struggle. I think they're just rallying for support to make taking over easier. Are people actually using their brains for once in this place? And yeah, here it is. This is what I was looking for, the armor shop. So yeah, the reason why we actually took a detour to Ginza is to check out the new armor and weapons that the shops have at this point. Because yeah, our weapons and armor are starting to wear out their welcome. So let us actually get out of the shop real quick, and I will save state. And let us check out what type of armor we need. Alrighty, the rest of this live stream part is basically going to be shopping. So yeah, this may seem a little bit boring, but you know, this needs to be done. And I at least want to show off one of my shopping sprees in this game. Now, unfortunately, Shin Megami Tensei 1 doesn't like to show off the weapons you get, or the descriptions of the weapons in this game. So, in order to find out what exactly you're getting, you actually have to just check on the status screen. Thankfully, we have an emulator, so we could basically just buy everything and see what works. So, let's buy the Dark Crown. Yes. The Demon Eater Helm. Oh, that's probably shaped like a demon's mouth. Putting a demon's mouth on our head. The Itali armor? Is that supposed to be Italian armor? Ugh, no thanks. I've had enough for Italians for one day. The Tetrajammer. Kinda looks like Tetraja for a second. The How armor. Or How's armor. Which I've heard is actually one of the better armor sets in this game. The Iron Claw. The inventory is full. Damn it! Alright. Well, I guess at this point we should start looking at our inventory. Mugger. You know, I should really sell the Mikazuchi sword. We're never gonna use it, considering our alignment doesn't match. The Dark Crown. Okay, that is a helm weapon, right? Yes, that is the head. It is technically better than the Fritz helmet. It gives 5 points to defense and 3 points to evasion. And it also raises our vitality by 2. Okay, the Dark Crown is good. But what about the... What about this one? Oh, that's the body armor. Alright. The body armor is technically better than the thunder body, than the thunder armor. It gives a nice point in luck. Raises our defense, evasion. Yeah, this is technically better. What about the Tetrajammer? Oh, so it technically is a... Okay, so yeah, the Tetrajammer and the Itali armor are both of the body variants. So which one is technically better? This is the Tetrajammer. Okay, you lose that point in intelligence. But the Tetrajammer gives you a point in intelligence, but you lose the luck point. The Itali armor gives a point in luck, but loses the intelligence point. The Itali armor... No, the Tetrajammer has better defense, better evasion, and better magic effect. Really, the Tetrajammer is the better of the two, but I would rather get that point in luck. But you know what? Better evasion and magic effect is, you know, better than just having one lone point in luck. So you know what? We're gonna keep the Tetrajammer and the Dark Crown. So let me write that down just in case I don't screw up and forget. Dark Crown. Good thing I have a piece of paper here so I can actually write stuff. It works really well when I need to write stuff down when I'm grinding. That's basically what I've been using to keep track of all the recaps that I've been doing at the start of every part. Tetrajammer. Alright, now let's actually look at Snow's equipment. Because I think she also had an exclusive thing for her. Yeah, the Demon Eater. In terms of the Metal Crown, it gives a nice point in strength, 2 points in strength even, but it loses the point in intelligence. She also loses a bit in, yeah, she loses a point in magic effect, but she gains a ton of stats and everything else. So the Demon Eater armor is more power-based than magic-based. Okay, okay. What did the Italians do to your spirit? Let's just say I've been dealing with a specific toxic Italian, if you know what I mean. And the Tetrajammer. Let's see. Yeah, seems like the Tetrajammer is the only one of the two that I bought that she can equip. I'm pretty sure she can only get the Demon Eater, so let's write that down. Demon Eater. And I'll save the Tetrajammer for a bit. Let me load the save state. See, this is how I do my shopping. Just so I don't waste money, I figure out what is the best armor and equipment to buy first, and then I buy only that. So let's actually see what else we can get here. Did we technically get the How armor? No, we did not. Okay, we were gonna get the Tetrajammer for Mogrim, right? Alright, let's get the Tetrajammer again. And the How armor, just to test which one of these two are better. And it's a male-only armor, so yeah. And yeah, the Demon Eater is a female-only one. Atlus gauntlets. I see what you did there, Atlus. I think that's all the armors, so let's check out the equipment here. Malgrim, since you're the only one who can equip the House armor. Okay, that's what the Tetra armor looks like. Now let's see what the House armor is. Your alignment does not match. Oh, okay, so this is technically a different alignment. Did it actually say that during the item menu? Oh yes, right there with a C, where all those A's are next to the Maka symbol. It has a C on it. That means it's of the Chaos element, which means we can't equip it because we're not Chaos elements. Well, good to know. I guess that means that the Tetra Jammer is the best body armor that we can get from Ogrim. Alright, good to know. Good to know. Which also means the Tetra Jammer is the only good armor that Snow can wear, considering that there are no other female armors. So let me write that down. Tetra Jammer for Snow. Alright. At least Arthur's with his Snow now. Yeah, that's true, Arsenal. Although, not at this point yet, considering he's still staying in this world to give us advice on what we should do for the police station. He's still here to tell us, you know, deal with this thing, and we say, okay, I guess. I mean, we were friends before. Okay, so now that I figured out what armor and helmets that I'm gonna get, let's go with the claws here. The arm equipment. Get the Iron Claw, the Atlas Gauntlet, the Kishin Gauntlet, and let's just test those out first. So with Mogrim, let's put on the Iron Claw. Oh, he loses a point in strength, but he gains a point in defense and 2 points in evasion. Not worth it. Yeah, so the Iron Claws aren't really a great weapon. I'd rather stick to the Cyber Armor, to the Cyber Arm. So let's see what the Atlas Gauntlets give. Okay, so we lose those 2 points in strength, but we gain a point in vitality, which honestly is a bit more useful than strength at this point. Considering we're just using our guns, we don't really have to rely on the strength stat alone. I think the Atlas Gauntlets are better. And as for the Kishin Gauntlets, we lose that point in vitality and earn it back in strength. Gain 2 points in evasion, another point in power. It all depends on if we want to keep a point in vitality or a point in strength. I'm gonna leave this to the chat. Should we rather stick to the Atlas Gauntlet or the Kishin Gauntlet? The Atlas Gauntlet gives a point in vitality, which is more defense. But the Kishin Gauntlet gives more points in strength, which means we're stronger with physical attacks. Although we never really use physical attacks with the Malgrim, just as guns, which they do not rely on the physical attack stat. Just to warn you guys. So, what do you guys think? Should we go with more vitality or more strength? And while you guys are answering that, I'm gonna take a chug of my water. And holy shit, it's thundering outside. Oh man, it's probably gonna rain a lot tonight. I mean, yesterday it rained like cats and dogs. It was like crazy. So much so that my dog was literally barking at the thunder. And he rarely barks at thunder. He mostly barks at, fireworks. The Atlas Gauntlets? Alright, Scar. Looks like we're going with the Atlas Gauntlets. So let me just write that down. Atlas Gauntlet Let's... Atlus. There we go. And let's check out the female heroine. Although we should probably re-equip the cyber armor just in case. So, Snow, what can you equip? Only the Kishin gauntlets. That's right, that's right. So, she loses that point in strength, but she gains a couple in defense. Again, way more worth it considering she's never going to use her strength stat. Although considering she did do a lot of damage during the last boss battle, I may have to consider possibly using her strength stat one of these days. Maybe if I get a really good whip weapon that does like 8 times as damage. That would be amazing. What happened to Mogrim's body? Oh, Scar, you weren't actually here when I explained it. I actually switched out the artwork for his post-apocalyptic version, where he's finally decided to deck out in actual armor instead of his schoolwear. So yeah, you see he's like wearing the jumpsuit and the body, the bulletproof body vest. And although you can't see it considering it's cut on the side of the screen, but he is showing off his ARM computer. Yeah, he put on armor after he returned to Japan. In hindsight, I probably should have switched that artwork after we finished with the Diamond Realm, but you know. It is what it is. So let me put down Kishin armor for Snow. Kishin armor. Oh, yeah, it's definitely gonna rain tonight. Oh man, that means it's gonna be dry tomorrow. Damn humidity. Alrighty, so now that we've figured those out, let's reload the save state and check for the last part of the equipment. The boots or the legs. Apparently we just only have the sky heels and metal boots left. Wait, don't I already have sky heels? Maybe. But yeah, these two are basically for just Mogrim and Snow. So let's buy them. Let's see if we can equip them. They're probably better. Only by a bit. Actually, no! The metal boots give a +9 to defense, but it lowers the evasion by 9 as well. Honestly, the jet boots are better. Yeah, I'd rather stick with the jet boots. More evasion is better in my opinion. I would try on Snow's armor. Yeah, you would, Scar. You would. By the way, I love Snow's design. Her kind of like leather biker armor. I remember reading an interview that Kazuma Kaneko based, Kazuma Kaneko being the artist designer of Shin Megami Tensei. I remember him saying that he made Snow's armor with American football players in mind. So he basically based her armor off of American football players, which is why she has like the knee pads and the shoulder pads. It's more prevalent in her original design in the SNES version than it is with, you know, her PS1 design, which is the one I'm using for the overlay. It's still awesome. The stream is delaying me like crazy. That's why I'm replying so late. Ah! Alrighty, Green Raccoon. Alrighty. Well, good thing we're just basically shopping at the moment. And you know what? I'm probably going to stop as soon as we're done shopping, because it's starting to get a little bit too late. So, Sky Heels. We technically already have Sky Heels. Alright, so that was money wasted. Again, good thing I made a save state. So... we have everything that we need. Let's start buying the stuff that we need here. We need one Dark Crown. Man, thankfully thankfully we have the money to buy all this stuff. We need an Atlus gauntlet. And a Tetra Jammer. Alrighty. Next we need Demon Eater Helm. Kishin Armor. Or Kishin Gauntlet, my bad. Oh wait, we don't have enough inventory space. So yeah, let's equip everything that we have at the moment and sell anything that we don't need. So Dark Crown, Atlus Gauntlet, and Tetra Jammer. And sell everything that's there. Let's sell the Fritz Helm, Cyber Armor, Thunder Gauntlet. And with Snow, we sell the Demon Eater. No, we equip the Demon Eater and sell her Metal Crown. And with this, we're actually going to make even more money. So let's sort the items so that the weapons actually appear at the top. No, sell. Let's sell the Mikazuchi sword, the Mikazuchi Tachi. Because, you know, we're never going to be neutral alignment, we're never going to use it. I also just realized that and no, Ozuno was the one who gave us that, so, you know what, I'm kind of okay with selling it. The Fritz Helm, yeah. Yeah, we're basically selling everything that's at the top of the list. Do the crowns eat demons? No, Scar, but the crown technically eats our heads. Don't ask how it works, because that's just how it does. And I noticed that we have a lot of beads. We don't really need these beads. I mean, they are full heal, but we never really use these things, you know? Although they do sell for a ton of Maka, so, you know, it's actually pretty wise to sell some of these. The good thing about Mogrim having a high luck stat is that the result of that is that he actually gets a lot of items from demons whenever he defeats them. The item drop rate, well, that was a loud thunder crackle. Anyway, the the drop rate of weapons increases with the higher your luck stat is. So because my luck stat on Mogrim is super high, I keep getting all of these really great items like beads. I had like 18 beads, 18 plus beads. And if you take a look at the gems that I keep collecting, like every battle that has a particular demon that has the chance of dropping a gem, I always get those gems because of my high luck stat. So, you know, it's wise having a high luck build in this game. Some people might disagree, but you know, it all depends on if you want a higher chance at getting certain weapons. And I think we're good. So let's start buying the Kishin armor. Kishin gauntlet, my bad. I accidentally wrote it as armor. And another Tetra Jammer. Tetra Jammer. Tetra Jammer. Oh no, my voice is starting to go. I wonder if he knows we're arguing over who'd wear Snow's outfit. But let's be honest, Spirit. Arsenal and me know I rock with Reverse Jack. Yeah, sure, Scar. You love leather, you love black, you know. You're all about that black life. Did I actually just say that? I am so sorry. Kishin gauntlets. Alrighty. We've bought all we need to buy, so let's sell the rest of our equipment and head on to the weapons shop. Thankfully with the weapons shop we don't really have to spend that much time there because, you know, they just sell... We only really need to get like one weapon and one gun. My colors speaks for themselves. Oh my. Alrighty, Scar, alrighty. Sure, sure. Alrighty, now where's the weapon shop here? You know, we're technically not supposed to be here in Ginza at the moment, considering, from what I read on the guide, this place actually has a ton of high-level demons. But thanks to Estoma, we don't really have to run into those things. So have you heard? It's about the island that just appeared out of thin air by the mouth of Sumidagawa. Oh, another person talking about that place. Nobody knows for sure, but there's a rumor going around that the island is actually floating there from somewhere else. A floating island. Well, you heard this guy, guys. We're heading to Angel Island next time. Nah, we still have to deal with the police station. I hear that the famous Kusanagi no Tsurugi is somewhere in Shinagawa, and they say it has some sort of special secret. Kusanagi no Tsurugi. Kusanagi. Isn't that the grass sword that Susanoo used against the Orochi demon? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is Kusanagi. I think that roughly translates to grass-cutting sword. That is, I believe, a hint at one of the sword fusions that we can actually partake in. Yet another side quest in Shin Megami Tensei 1, which I will show off eventually, you know, once we get to Shinagawa. So apparently that's where we can find the first sword that starts the sword fusion side quest. As to what it is though, that's anyone's guess. Well, if you know Japanese mythology, you would know exactly what it is. I wonder if Susanoo is in this game. I mean, if he is, then Orochi also has to be in here. Although probably not. I know Amaterasu is in Shin Megami Tensei 2, and Masakado is also in SMT2, but I don't know about the others. You know, the others of Izanami and Izanagi's children. I do know that Hino Kakasuchi is technically a sword in this game, although as a demon, nah. Shut up, Green Raccoon, shut up. Is it just your mission to make me blush in every single part of this livestream series? Because if it is, then it's working. Orochimaru. Yeah, Scar, I knew you were gonna say that. I mean, Orochi is technically the basis of Orochimaru. So, you know. What is this place? Is this the armor shop or... Oh no, wait, this is where we get our... Whoa. If you guys could hear that, then... Wow, that was a really loud thundercrack. Yeah, I think I might have to stop immediately right after this. Because I don't want... I don't want to deal with a blackout during a live stream. So, let's see what we can buy here. We can buy guns and we can buy bullets. There are... Okay, so nerve bullets are the bullets that we have at the moment. We can get curse bullets, we can get blessed bullets, silver bullets, and uranium bullets. Uranium bullets... Or, wait, are those uranium bullets? Uranium slugs. Okay. I don't think those can go into an M16 rifle. But uranium slugs, that is technically the most powerful bullet you can get at this point in the game. And the guide says explicitly, I can't say that word. The guide says that you're supposed to get the uranium slugs at this point and give them to Magram. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's buy some uranium slugs. Let's actually equip it onto him. And there we go. Let's see how much damage it does. Ooh, it adds a plus 10 to power. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, uranium slugs do not have the added effect of status effect on enemies, so we can no longer put enemies to sleep. But because our guns are now super powerful, we really don't need to put any of the demons to sleep anymore. So let us sell our nerve bullets so we can get more space. Two guns in hand. Unfortunately, we can't dual wield in this game. Maya can dual wield in Eternal Punishment, but you know, Maya is just Maya. She is amazing. Alrighty, let's see what type of guns we can get here. The guide says we're supposed to get the Browning. The Browning L2. Although, apparently the Pazuya is technically more expensive. The Pauza P50. Alright, you know what, let's do exactly what we did in the armor shop and just buy all of the guns, just to see which one is better. And I think I already have the M249 minigun, so we can just ignore that. Wait, do I technically have it? SPA S12. No, we do not. What about Snow? You have no equipable... What? Say what? What now? Why can't I equip Snow? You have no equipable items. What? Did I run into that glitch where you can't equip any items on a character? Oh, I did, didn't I? Oh, well, that's bullshit. So I guess I can't equip anything on Snow at the moment. Can I even check her status screen? Yeah, I can. Alright, well... Apparently I ran into yet another glitch in this livestream series. You know, a part of me is starting to wonder if we'll actually get the law alignment ending in this playthrough. Or if it will screw up just like the Aeon Genesis translation. Either way, I guess we can't equip anything on Snow right now, but please tell me this glitch isn't permanent. I'm gonna have to look it up now. You know what? I'll look it up after I'm done. I'll look it up post. But for now, let's actually see what we can equip on Magrim. So the SPA S12, the Pauza P5. Ooh, is a pretty powerful gun. Damn, look at that. It's like, it adds plus 50 to its power. Now what does the Browning do? Little lower in power, and lower in accuracy. Okay, what does the Browning even do? Is the Browning even worth it? Okay, you know what, this is bothering me. I have to look up the Shin Megami Tensei wiki. So, something that I was using during my grinding sessions, I was using the Shin Megami Tensei wiki to look up the effects that certain weapons and guns have. Because certain guns actually have an extra added effect of extra attacks. Like some guns can actually hit for 8 times, some guns can actually hit for 1 time. It depends on the type of gun. So let me check what the Browning does. No, not the gems. Not the armor. Oh, apparently the curse shells that I was looking at in the shop are 20 power, and they also inflict the curse status effect. The uranium slugs are 25 power. It's a plus 5, but really the curse slug seems to be the best option considering they give the effect of curse. So, Load a save state before you enter the store just to be safe. Yeah, good idea, Green Raccoon. Let's see how far this was. Not that far. I saved as I was inside the store. And no, I can't equip anything on her. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Alright, well before I buy these guns again, let me check out the effects of these things. Weapons. No, not swords. Guns. The Browning L2, or the Browning M2, according to the wiki, is a gun that's male only. It hits 2 to 8 times, depending on the luck stat of the character. Okay. It has pretty shit accuracy, but, you know, the fact that it can actually hit 8 times is amazing. Okay. And what about the Pazua P50? It only hits 1 time. Okay, so it's like a shotgun. It only hits once. Considering Mogrim has a high luck stat, I would rather go for the M2 Browning. Yeah, I think I would. And for reference sake, the M249 Mini-Me, which is what it's called on the wiki, does 68 damage, it has 10 points in accuracy, and it hits 2 to 8 times. So it's kind of like the Browning, except a little less powerful. But it also has a bit more accuracy. That raises a question, should I get the Browning or should I get the M249? Because with the Browning I get 72 attack, but 0 accuracy. With the M249 Mini-Me I get 68 damage, but 68 strength, but it has 10 accuracy, which is way better than just 0. I think I'm gonna stick with the M249 Mini-Me because I don't want a chance of not being able to hit anything, you know? It's all about accuracy and all this, so M249 Mini-Me, definitely. Now I just have to figure out what gun I'm gonna give to Snow, even though I can't equip it to her right now. Really the only gun she can equip at this point is the SPA S12, which I think she already has. So, okay, I guess that's it. Well, let me buy a Curse Bullet just in case. And a Bless Bullet, what does that do? Let me check the wiki again. I think it's meant to be Holy Bullet. Holy Bullet, it's just 9 damage. Does it have the extra added effect of Hama? Does it instant kill Chaos Demons or something? Because at the moment it just seems like a really weak bullet. It probably does, but you know what? I don't even care. The Silver Shell or the Uranium Slugs? I may want to have the Uranium Slugs on someone, so let's just buy that. And there we go! Now let me just equip the Mini-Me there. And oh, I already got him uranium bullets. Okay, so I guess I just bought the uranium bullets for no reason whatsoever. Might as well sell them. Ugh. Money wasted, technically. Sluts. I did say sluts, didn't I? Shut up, Scar. Alright, well, I guess that's it. I mean, at this point, we can't really do anything for Snow. We can't really equip her with anything. But I think that's it for, oh, junks. Actually, let's check the junk shop real quick, because they might sell something else. What? Customers? Easy there, Futaba. Magic bottle. What does that do? Well, good thing I have the wiki. Magic bottle, magic bottle. Magic bottle. It might go by a different name, but might as well see. Holy Water, Stinger, Molotov, Toxic Bottle, no. Magic Bottle, restores 5 MP to all allies. Not worth it. Just 5 MP? Really? Oh, but she's finally selling stones. Look at this. So yeah, you can actually buy stones as items, and they're essentially that particular spell with a stone, in a stone. So basically you can actually use magic with Mogrim now. So if you want to cast an Augilaz spell on a particular enemy, just use a stone with Mogrim, and it casts that spell. Not really all that useful, considering Mogrim is just basically going to be using guns all the time. But you know, it's an option. It's there. Ooh, rags. Now, is there anything I want to get from the rags shop? Honestly, not really. It blesses you, obviously. I bless you. I bet that's Pasture's favorite weapons. Alrighty. Oh damn it, it's taking forever for the wiki to load. Alright, Shin Megami Tensei. What do the rag shops give? Oh, I have like 10 emeralds. Maybe I should start using those emeralds, because I think the limit on gems you can have is 10, so I should probably start using those. I get a core shield for using the emerald. Now a core shield, I forget what that does, and I kind of don't want to look up the wiki again, considering my phone takes forever to load that up. So what kind of elements can I make with an emerald? Well, if I have an aquamarine, yes I do, and a pearl, I could make another undine. I could make a gnome. I do have the requirements for making a gnome. And that's it. Oh, by the way, if you fuse a garnet, amethyst, and pearl gems, you actually get the flamus element. So, I guess Alexander in Steven Universe being able to breathe fire technically does make sense when you think about it from Shin Megami Tensei's point of view. Whether that was intentional or not, I highly doubt that. I think I'm gonna stick to what I have right now, although I will use an emerald to get a core shield. Well, since I'm not gonna use the rag shop anymore, let me see what a core shield does. Ah, here it is. Core shield. Negates all damage zones until the next moon. Not worth it. I can easily just heal whatever damage I take. So yeah, that was really not worth it. You know what, let's just get something with an element. What were the requirements for these elements again? Gotta open up the rag shop again on the Wikipedia page. Okay, either an emerald, an aquamarine, or a pearl to make an udine. I have 4 pearls and an aquamarine. Probably don't want to use the aquamarine. I might need that for later. And the gnome, I need an onyx and a topaz. I am planning on getting a salamander, which requires a garnet, a diamond, and a ruby. Although getting a diamond might be a little difficult, and I still have yet to encounter a ruby. I'll probably save that for later. So... I think I'm going to get a gnome. Yeah, I think that's the best option I can get at this point. So emerald, onyx... Well, let me just go back to the element list. Emerald, onyx, and topaz. Yes, there we go. Gnome joined my party. Now let's see what exactly Gnome brings to the table. That was my night. I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I'm also a little bit hungry. Yeah, definitely after this part, I'm gonna go get something to eat. Probably lasagna. I think we made lasagna tonight. Wow, only 100 HP? Yeah, he's level 20. Probably wasn't wise to make this thing when I think about it. He does have the same sprite as Dwarf though, so yeah. Alright, well, I guess we could use him in an elemental fusion to make something, but I'll probably do that off screen. So yeah, I think this is the perfect place to call it off. So, let me just make a save state on a different save slot here, just in case I need to go back and fix something about this particular glitch that I have with Snow's equipment. But yeah, I think this is it for... Oh, let me see. Not to bring up something touchy, but your bio says you're a trans furry. Is that true? It's complicated, Green Raccoon. Kinda complicated. I am a furry though. Yep, that is definitely true. But yeah, I think this is where we're going to call it off for today. Kind of a small part, I know. I technically did start a bit late. Hopefully tomorrow I can start a bit earlier. Yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. I plan to at least stream tomorrow. If it all goes well, I will probably be able to stream at least a couple hours before I started today. Before the time I started today. So look forward to that. And next time I will meet you at the start of the Great Fork, where we'll continue with plot into the police station. At that point, I'll probably have fixed the little glitch that we have with Snow's inventory, and I'll probably also do a bit of fusioning on the side with this gnome. I'll be sure to write all this down in a recap during next part. And heck, if I don't do the fusions, there probably won't even be a recap of the next episode. But yeah, part 10. We're finally in the double digits. We're finally getting somewhere. At this point in the game, I'm pretty much going in mostly blind. After this, after the Great Fork, I pretty much don't know what we're going to do next. I mean, I know Ikebukuro is technically a place where we encounter, I think it's the Yama? It's either the Yama or the Ashura. Either way, yeah, everything is basically going to be new to me after this point. Personally, I don't mind. Oh yeah, of course, Green Raccoon. I wouldn't take you as the sort who would mind that. Yes, Scar, yes, we're all furries here, technically. Well, I don't know about Green Raccoon, but yes, I definitely know you're a furry. But yeah, I think this is the perfect place to call it off. So, without further ado, I will see you all in the next Shin Megami Tensei live stream. This has been Spirit RoseWolf, and I will see you all tomorrow, or next time. Bye!